So I was in an accident. Apparently, he was drunk and didn't look both ways. The guy on the motorcycle wasn't as lucky as me. He had to have his whole leg rebuilt, while I just got a couple fractures in my collarbone. Sometimes, I wonder if he ever thinks about me the way I think about him. The streets were quiet on the drive. I wasn't sure if it was okay to turn on the radio, so I just didn't. The trees were precise until they weren't. Jagged and twisted, the trees whipped around some of the telephone poles. All I could think about was all the help I wouldn't be at carrying my things with this bum arm. I've never seen a loft before. Laura was a very attentive driver. We barely shared a word. I figured she'd be giving me the rundown on the new living situation, but it was silence. It's not like there's much to learn about each other. She's a homeowner working at an office building, and I'm a repair technician who was out of work because of an accident. She was the only person from the upper floor who was nice to me. I think we were close. Her eyes began to relax as the road started to straighten out. The side mirror was a little off, allowing me to use it as I pushed my shaggy hair to the side. The car came to a stop as I saw it, a 2-story duplex. It was the first time I saw a pair of stairs outside a building that wasn't an apartment complex. Before I could speak, Laura got out, coming around to my door. Then we stood, looking at my stuff in the back. One suitcase, a duffel bag, and an old-style dome bird cage, including a perch and a latch, but no bird. Remind me of the cage again? Laura was direct and impatient with her question. It wasn't an easy explanation, but I tried. Rocky is my crow. Well, he's more like a friend. He comes and goes as he pleases. There is a window, right? I just looked up, expecting to see him circling above us. Laura just pulled everything out of the car, leaving the cage for me to grab, and I did as I followed her to the front of the building. Miguel and his family live on the bottom. All I could see was a minivan and what I thought was a nice muscle car under a tarp. Presumptions aren't really my thing, but based on his name I could guess a little about him. On the other side of the stairs around the building was a beat-up red Pontiac and small yellow bug covered in stickers. At the top of the stairs was a bit of peace. A small wind chime hung over a little potted plant. There was even enough space by the railing for a chair before you hit the door. I patiently waited for her to unlock the door. Once we got inside, everything came into view. A small couch sat under the window across from an old big box TV. The kitchen sat on the other side of the room in a disgusting fashion with plates stacked in the sink and no free counter space. I followed her into the hallway. It was a bit claustrophobic, with its doors so close together. Laura just knocked on the door to our left. Amaya, your new caretaker is here. Laura just rolled her eyes as she knocked again. Amaya is shy, nervous, afraid, introverted, and just about every synonym you could write down. A whispered description detailed the resident of this room. I looked down as I noticed the towel covering the bottom of the door from the inside. She's my niece. Your job, besides the normal house cleaning, is to make sure she is alive and well. I took in all the information I could before the door behind us opened. Ah, you must be James. I'm Simon, and my wife Emily live in this room. With a handshake, I learned the names of 2 more people in this house. Sorry, but the wife is expecting me at the store. Simon pulled a scarf over his fluffy jacket as he wrapped it around his neck, heading for the door. Simon stopped just before he opened the front door as he cleaned his thin, metal-framed glasses. Laura just started moving again. Not that there was much to see. A small bathroom with a tub had all the grime you wished to never see. Luckily, the smell was calm. And here we are. Laura stepped back as she grabbed the pole handle dangling from the ceiling at the end of the hallway, above cabinets. Stairs folded out before she climbed up to a small door wedged in the wall at the edge of a pop-out in the ceiling. The door had a small vent on it. I stood to the side, letting her head up first. Laura didn't leave much to the imagination. The last thing I wanted to do was take the wrong look at her. She quickly came back down as she took the birdcage from me. After a couple seconds, I followed her up. I may have exaggerated the word loft a bit, but it should make do for you. Laura certainly did lie with the word loft. An attic was more accurate. In fact, it was spot on. The small door shifted from a wedge in the ceiling into a ramp in the floor as we walked up into the small space. It was all there, though, as promised. A twin bed, nightstand, and wooden desk. Not to mention a window right in the center. You could only really stand up in the center of the room, but it was enough. Make yourself at home. Go easy on Amaya. She'll warm up to you. Just relax for today, and I'll send you a list tomorrow. And like that, she was gone. I didn't have much to unpack. Duffel bag on the desk, suitcase on the bed, and birdcage on the nightstand. The window was small and had a little golden latch, matching the golden frame on it. I opened the window as I stuck my head out into the open air. I lined the cage with a couple ripped newspapers as I put a little bowl of birdseed next to the window on the floor. Next, I needed water. I didn't find it particularly difficult to get up or down the stairs in the sling, but I wasn't excited to do either activity. I just stood at the sink, filling my water, till I was back in the hall. Maya's door slammed before I could catch sight of her. I just watched as the towel took its place again. I almost forgot one more thing. Inside my duffel bag was an insulated lunchbox, and inside that was the smallest tub of vanilla ice cream. The freezer was stuffed full of microwaved freezer foods. The fridge was just milk and cheese. To be more accurate, it was processed cheese product. With a funky metal wire, I got the water secured to the cage. Now all I had to do was wait. But I had one last detail to iron out as I pulled a nickel from my pocket and set it on the window sill. And just like magic, he appeared. Rocky landed right in the center of the window as he picked the coin up in his beak. With his long black wings, he fluttered down to the floor, gauging the distance. He puttered around the floor until jumping up on the bed. Nickel! His voice squeaked with intent as he put the coin in my hand. I just smiled at him as he picked at my hand. Ice cream. Ice cream! It took me a minute to wash out a bowl so we could share this sweet meal together. And when it was over, he hopped inside his cage for some water. Finally, I could relax as I laid back in bed. Something about this new living situation was definitely strange, but it was also kind of welcoming.